Did you know that your name might hold a purpose crafted by God Himself? In the Bible, names were more than just labels, they were marks of destiny, identity, and divine calling. So, what does your name mean in God's eyes, and could it be that He's calling you to a purpose greater than you realize? Today, we're diving into the biblical importance of names. In this journey, we'll explore stories where names changed the course of history, where God used names to reveal purpose, and where your own name might hold more significance than you could ever imagine. In the Bible, God often changed names or gave people new names to reflect His purpose. Right from the beginning, in Genesis, we see God bringing life into creation. Then, He invites Adam to name each living creature, Genesis 2 verse 19. Now, think about this for a second. This wasn't just a task, it was God's way of bringing Adam into partnership with Him, showing us the profound role that names have. Imagine that, if the Bible begins with the naming of creation, could it be that names are one of God's earliest tools for revealing purpose? Take Abram and Sarai. God promises Abram that he'll be the father of many nations and renames him Abraham, meaning father of a multitude, Genesis 17 verse 5. Sarai, his wife, becomes Sarah, meaning princess, Genesis 17 verse 15. By changing their names, God was giving them something more than a new title, He was giving them a covenant. Each time they heard their names, they were reminded of God's promise, a daily reminder that they were destined for greatness and had a role in His plan. Their names became a symbol of trust and commitment to His will. Then there's Jacob. His name meant supplanter or deceiver, reflecting his early life, which was full of trickery and deception. But one night, after a powerful encounter where he wrestled with an angel, God gave him a new name, Israel, meaning he who struggles with God, Genesis 32 verse 28. Jacob was no longer defined by his past, he was marked by his encounter with God, by his perseverance, and by his new identity. This moment teaches us that God can redefine our lives and our very identities, freeing us from our past mistakes and setting us on a new path. One of the most striking transformations in the Bible is Saul's. Saul, a man known for his intense persecution of Christians, encounters Jesus on the road to Damascus. After that encounter, he's no longer Saul but Paul, a name that means small or humble, Acts 9 verses 1 to 19. This new identity reflected his mission to spread the gospel to the Gentiles, with humility as a key part of his journey. God gave him a new path, a mission rooted in grace and purpose. The most powerful name of all in the Bible is the name of Jesus. Philippians 2 verses 9 to 10 tells us, "Therefore God exalted him to the highest place and gave him the name that is above every name, that at the name of Jesus every knee should bow, in heaven and on earth and under the earth." Jesus' name signifies salvation, grace, and power. Each time we call on the name of Jesus, we're calling on the very essence of God's love and strength. It's a name that brings healing, forgiveness, and hope, a reminder that as Christians, we bear the power of this name. Now, let's bring this message to you. Have you ever wondered if your name holds a special meaning in God's plan? Isaiah 43 verse 1 says, "I have called you by name, you are mine." God knows you personally, by name. Your name is recorded in His book, it matters to Him. It represents your unique journey, your identity, and the purpose He has specifically crafted for you. Maybe your name is one from the Bible. Maybe it's a family name or something unique. Whatever it is, God can use it as part of His purpose in your life. Revelation 2 verse 17 holds an incredible promise, "To the one who is victorious, I will give a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to the one who receives it." Imagine that, a name crafted by God Himself, representing who you truly are in His eyes. This won't be a name tied to past mistakes or earthly labels. Instead, it will embody your perfect identity, known only to you and your Creator. When you call on the name of Jesus, you're connecting to the divine. Romans 10 verse 13 tells us, "Everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved." There's power in calling His name, because it brings you closer to God's love and presence. So today, take a moment to think about your name. Ask God to reveal its purpose, its meaning, and how it connects to His greater plan for you. Remember that you are called by name, cherished by the one who created you, and given a purpose that only you can fulfill. God has called you by name. Will you answer His call? Embrace the purpose He has placed in you, and let His love lead you every step of the way.